MiniWarGaming rules you got wrong.
Hey there guys, and welcome to this week's episode of Rules You Got Wrong Warmachine Edition. I have a couple rules for you guys that you pointed out to me. Some of them are right, some of them are wrong. We're just going to go through them. So the first one here is from someone whose name disappeared on me. Cullen could have gotten a tough check on the War Spears after Deathjack disabled it. Snacking happens on the first box. Tough happens when disabled. Going by the order, it goes disabled, box, destroyed. You are absolutely right. He should have gotten that tough check. If he had failed the tough check, though, then Deathjack would have been able to do the snacking, and he would go straight from box to remove from play. We are Legion. Hey, Gwerk, just pointing out that you effectively gave Deathjack 6 focus on the turn he got knocked down by the Bolt Thrower. You allocated 1 focus to shake off the knockdown, gave him the power-up focus, then 2 more for the rest of his normal. Then 2 more for the rest of his normal allocation. Yeah, I guess I kind of did. I think part of it was I was just mixing up the math there because I had the Skulls of Hate as well. So I ended up allocating the 1, standing him up, then doing the power-up and yeah. Effectively, you're right. I did mess that up. Volcom. Flight does not allow you to ignore line of sight from terrain. It just allows you to cross all terrain as though you had Pathfinder. No line of sight means no charging. That means he probably could have just advanced and attacked him. You are right. He could have advanced and attacked him. Flight, though, doesn't mean that you get treated as you have Pathfinder. It just means that you treat all terrain as open terrain. So that's where the confusion was with line of sight. When I read it, it said treat all terrain as open terrain. So I was like, okay, maybe he can do this. And then I also thought that the went back to the old Mark rules where it was like, oh, he's got eyeless sight so he can ignore the forest, but that doesn't apply. So then we've got Rectal. Doom Reavers still have Spell Ward, so they couldn't have been targeted by those sprays, right? Or did they change the spells to allow them to get targeted by spells? That was just a terrible reading. Basically what he's asking is, Doom Reavers have Spell Ward, so how can I target them with those sprays? Technically I couldn't, and I completely forgot about Spell Ward, but I went ahead and checked it again, and I could have actually targeted any of the things behind those Doom Reavers and fired the sprays there. So that's a nice little trick that they have in the rules there, that you can target something out of range of the spray and just hit everything else in front of you. And the last one here is from Tyrant96. Blight Shroud is a POW 8 damage roll. Add additional, for every additional Focus and Fury, you add an additional die to the damage roll. So Karchev's POW 8 would have been 3 dice damage. What I had read that as at the first time was that you take a POW 8 attack, and then reading the card again, it was a POW 8 attack damage roll. So what I thought at the time was that it's just you hit it with the POW 8 and then you add a die for every focus on the model. And looking back at it, I read it and it said it has an attack damage roll. So I was like, oh wait, that's right, you do get the 2 dice and then you can add more for every focus on the model. So you are absolutely right. That was something I kind of cheated Cullen out of, and I apologize to him for that. But at the same time, the only thing that I think he really could have done any damage to was the War Dog, which wasn't really going to help me that much that game. So, but there you go, guys. That is our Rules You Got Wrong for Warmachine for the last 2 episodes that you saw posted. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, happy wargaming.